Hello, this is Greg Allison with Green Greg's coming to you on the Ides of March. Yes, the 15th of March, 2021. Time on deck, 1500 hours Central Daylight Time. Now, I talked to you a lot about freedom. I've said many videos on this about freedom and various freedoms we enjoy. And I've also talked quite a few times about the Freedom Restoration Foundation. And I promised our website would be up. Well, guess what? It's up. And I'm going to share it with you in a moment. We're going to go through it. It's got content like you would not believe. It's got it's most packed website I know of, the content that tells you what you can do in many different dimensions and tells you how to do it, where to go. It is packed full of resources and it's going to get even better. So just hang on to your hats, guys. We're going to go look at this in a moment. So freedom is precious. Many of our ancestors suffered and toiled for this freedom that we enjoy today. They bled and fought to maintain these freedoms. You don't see people beating in the doors to get into totalitarian states. People are trying to go the other ways. There's reasons for that, yet we take these freedoms for granted. The Freedom Restoration Foundation consists of a really good group of leaders. We have a bright group on our board, and we have a lot of people that are joining to us through Facebook and other means so far. But we are people that are dedicated not only to the preservation of freedom, but the restoration of freedom. And that's why we have the name Freedom Restoration Foundation. I can't know of any other time in recent history that our freedoms have been more under attack than they are today. Probably never since this republic has been founded. Many of you may have heard that Ben Franklin was asked after he left the convention that founded our Constitution, what was it they had created? He said, a republic, if you can keep it. And indeed, they really did not know that a republic could last this long. Typically, republics last about 200 years, and guys, our republic is a bit challenged because people really are losing sight of the value of what it is we have. So hopefully, we can do a little education in addition to what we need to do to preserve this republic and our freedoms. Now, so I'm going to do a quick shameless plug. My revenues have been down a bit lately, so hang on, guys, because I haven't done as many videos. I've been really busy. So hang on, guys. Here's something else you need to preserve your freedom is your freedom and safety. And I do have links in my videos and my show notes and in my pin notes to True Leaf Market. Right now is the time to buy seeds, and I highly advise you to buy seeds. I've done many videos on growing microgreens, garden seeds. I've done videos on how to set up your garden to grow organically without having to go to the store and buy chemicals and fertilizers and all that stuff. And I'm going to be going back in the worm business really soon. You'll be seeing me go back with greengregs.com. It's not up right now, but I'll be selling worms hopefully by mid or to late April, maybe sooner. So real quick, microgreens. Hey guys, I do videos on this. These are yummy vegetables, 40 times more nutrition per weight than anything else quite often. And you can grow them really fast on your kitchen shelf, indoors, year round. That's a beautiful thing. But you can also get your non-GMO garden seeds here, herb seeds, and it tells you how to grow these. Many supplies for growing stuff with. All right, enough said on that. Just check out my links. These are great deals. So let's move on to the show. And here we go. The Freedom Restoration Foundation. I present to you the website. And here it is. In fact, this banner here, that picture behind it is actually the National Archives, where you will find the documents, the original documents of the United States Constitution and the Bill of Rights. They're contained behind those doors. So I thought it might be of use to you guys here. And if you will note, there is this alert. If you're interested in receiving notifications and updates or being involved in a Freedom Restoration Foundation, email info@freedomrestorationfoundation.org and put Freedom Restoration Foundation in the subject line. Hey, you could just put freedom. All you gotta do is say freedom. But we got several pages on here. We're going to go through all this. This is still evolving. And you can see never have our freedoms been more at risk. And look, we start out with alerts, things to do right off the bat, right off the top. You can see some of the topics here. And you can click on these. And it goes into our alerts, what they contain. It goes to who to contact. You see background information about it. Let's go back one. Click back. Oops. Okay, I went back to another website there. Hang on. Another page completely. let's go back down here. So all I had to do was close it, didn't have to hit the back arrow. This is a bill to vote for, which is opposed to this one up here, which actually went through the House, unfortunately. And then we got these bills we're referring to. As you know, we had to modify and do an update to this alert because it went through the House. So we're talking about things. We're naming senators and people who voted against this, you know, from the, you know what party here, who voted for, you know what, look at that, guys. So much for that. But we realize that with the branches of government being what they are today, there are limitations to what we can do in the federal House and Senate. We're also targeting states. We can find information about what to do on the state level. But one of the things we're aiming for is this. And we actually have sample legislation for the sanctuary states and counties. And we got this Alabama I can't even talk to that. Yeah, okay, that word. It's not my day for talking, believe it or not. So we got that in here. And so let's go back here. So yeah, we're really pushing for this. A lot of stuff on the state level. What's at stake, my friends? What do you think's at stake? Well, we're mentioning some of the top things that seem to be at stake at the moment. And, you know, a lot of people would throw up pictures that some people are think because big black bang bang things that scare people. Is that scary? Come on. Look at this lady smiling. So why is freedom of speech so scary? Now that third one is kind of scary. Actions you can take. What you can do at the national level. And that includes coming to us and look at these alerts and actions. I'll show you more about that. So we're going to go through all this. Contact, you know, your representatives. You know, there's a lot on here I'm going to go through. Local actions you can take. You know, we're starting chapters. We basically have a chapter, a strong chapter in Phoenix, Arizona, pretty much the state of Arizona, Alabama. We got stuff starting up in Arkansas, perhaps Kentucky, Maine. Yeah, so we're going to have local chapters anywhere. So if you might be, we'll start listing these soon. You'll find a chapter new year, find out, or you can start a chapter. So this tells you how to contact us if you want to do that. Most of this is the same email here. It's just what you put in the subject line that's going to tell us how to use your email, okay? Because I have volunteers scanning this email network. What you can do personally, on a personal level, you know, join a speakers bureau. And you can do that through us too. Or go independent with that. That's okay too. Anything you can do to promote freedom is good. Now here's the meat of our website. One of the meat pages, Action Center and resources. These are two key things to do. Action Center again goes over the same alerts, and then make your voice count. Why it's important. Then we got two websites in here for national bill tracking. We've got these for this website here for state bill tracking. We're going to add another one on here soon. State legislator websites. Maybe it's to say legislature instead of legislator. This is still evolving, my friends. Finding out who your U.S. Congress representatives are tells you how to do that. Also, Capitol Switchboard. And to find out who your senators are. So we need to do a couple of edits in there. Send an email. How to send an email to your Congress critters, your representatives. Talks about calling in here, what to do for calling. Writing, what to write. Who else tells you all this? A lot of tips on writing letters. What to say on the telephone. And then here's a recap of these various contact resources and back into it. That was a color picture. I don't know why it didn't come out color on that other page. It's black and white, but it's really a sunset. Isn't that pretty? So we go back into those. Got our little disclaimers down here. All right. Resources. Now see, this is an awesome page here. Resources. What you do, we will add other clicks on here for other resources and other items of legislation. So we first started with these two topics here. What you do is you click on it. It opens up a PDF printout from an Excel file. and it is in great detail. It talks about every active piece of legislation that we're aware of. At the time we scan it, we do update this, and it tells you whether it's in the House or the Senate, what the bill number is, the bill name, a summary of that bill, talks about who introduced it, when it was introduced, the status of the bill, who the sponsors are, and whether to support or oppose it. And you'll see we got tons of data in here. Guys, no other website I'm aware of carries this amount of information. You can go in here and look at stuff, especially and look up your representatives and see if they're in here, if there's a sponsor of something that you like or don't like, and you can contact them and let them know. Now, if some of these key committees that this thing's on, you can see what committee it's in. Your congressman may or may not be a member of that committee and may not be on this list. So it might be easy to flip them. It's easier to stop legislation when it's in the committee than it is to deal with it once it reaches the floor. Because most bills actually die in committee, or they can get combined with other legislation quite often. So the committee is a good place to deal with it. See, here's another set, same kind of thing. So guys, when you combine this kind of information, look at all this detailed information that we put in here. When you combine that with our resources telling you how to contact your Congress critters, that's back. Come on, my Zoom is fighting me right now, guys. Yeah, I gotta go back here. Yeah, Zoom is kind of fighting against me sometimes. I'm clicking my arrows. So if you come back over here to the Action Center, everything you need to contact your either state legislators or federal House of Representatives, federal Senate, state House of Representatives, state Senate, it's all in here. Everything you need. You can find all the information down here to contact them, to find out how to track bills. You can track bills going through Congress. You can contact your representatives through the website, or you can call the Capitol switchboard. So you get all this at your disposal here, all these things you can do to help you become effective in making change. And if you don't believe in what's going on at the federal level because of where things are, guys, we're working this right here. That's our fallback. So let me share a couple of those pages here. We're taking nominations for our Hall of Fame. We're thinking about doing a Hall of Shame, although some of our members worry about the repercussions of that. Eventually, we'll put chapter listings in here. And then we've got things going on in the states. We got 2 states that we're listing a lot of legislation in right now on this site. This may become one tab that with sub-tabs later for various individual states as we grow. But right now, we got it this way. Look here, guys. There's a lot going on in Arizona. You do know Arizona and Alabama are 2 states that I have property in. But that's not, but I have a good chapter in Arizona. That's why this is in here. We have a really good chapter in Arizona. That's why you find all this data from Arizona. Alabama. Reciprocal. Yeah, I can't even say it right now. There we go, guys. So I ask you this. Where else are you going to find information like this on the internet? So broad and so detailed all at once. You can't even go to an organization that's pro any amendment and find this much about any one amendment. Yet you find that we're covering more than one issue right now. We may add to this. If we deem that some of these are no longer threatened, we'll take them off the list. But and like I said, we may add to this, but right now these are 3 things that are really critical that we want to focus on. And we're going to add to this. We'll have more details, more information. There'll probably be some pull down clicks with a PDF file on things like freedom of speech. That'll probably come too. So you're going to see a lot more in the future on this website. And we may even have joint memberships in the future. Right now, it's just kind of a collection, volunteer. But we do have expenses. It costs us money to develop this website in terms of buying WordPress and the Elementor that we use to help develop this, for the citing, the hosting, the email stuff we've set up. That costs money. We're spending money on this. It's right now it's coming out of my pocket. And it's been, so this is coming out of my pocket right now. But if we have to, we get a lot of members, which I hope we do, we may have to have some kind of administration to administrate this, or there may be other things and other reasons that we may decide in the near future that we'll need to have memberships or some way to take donations, one or the other, that so we can advance our cause more rapidly. We're trying to keep it simple right now, but those days will probably be coming soon. But right now, you can get involved with us. You can support us just by emailing us right here at info@freedomrestorationfoundation.org. And of course, the website itself, if you want to find it, is freedomrestorationfoundation.org. There's no www in here. freedomrestorationfoundation.org. That's it. It's that simple. You can find this. It'll be in the links. Check out the links. This also, info@freedomrestorationfoundation.org will be in the links, because that is a mouthful. You may have to copy and paste it to get it in your email or browser, because sometimes my hyperlinks don't work as I post things. But there you go, my friends. We're out here doing what we can. Let me stop this share. Hey, hello. For those of you that don't know, I've known people using halo as a greeting. I thought it's funny because in 1990s, starting in 1994, I started a program called Halo, Altitude Liftoff. We got a Guinness Book of World Records for making the highest flight of an amateur rocket. So when I say halo, I mean it. All right, guys. Oh, somebody thought I was wearing a satanic star on my hat in a recent comment. It's the Space Force emblem, guys. See? That is not a satanic star. Come on, guys. Give me a break. Quit that crap. Pardon my language. Pardon my Anglo-Saxon. All right, so I do believe we can have a bright future. I do believe we have hope, but we can't lay down and just let them steamroll us over. We have to stand up and let people know what we think, how we feel, and that we don't want our freedoms stolen from us. Our freedoms are worth having. They're worth keeping. And that's why we started this. And you know, the excuses used to take our freedoms from us go from social justice. And how are you really going to have social justice if you don't have freedom? I don't see it. That's a wool being pulled over people's eyes. You're not going to have social justice if you don't have freedom. They're going to take everything. You'll wish, yeah, that is a false premise. The other one is the environment. You know, we can't have a clean environment if people have freedom. I'm going to show you what. I've got a habitat concept. I've done some videos on. I'm about to do a new video real soon because I've got some really beautiful pictures. I've had an architect from Tunis, Tunisia, working up architectural drawings on. They're beautiful. Wait till you see this. I'm going to come back out with this real soon. And this habitat is one that has it's zero footprint on the environment. You live in this, this is 1,000 times better than anything out there for those purposes that they state that the elite want to conscript you into a rack and stack by the railroad track a couple miles down the road from the smokestack home. This is an awesome home. It's a far better solution to help the environment than anything Bill Gates and all those other people, Bill Gates and all the people in the UN behind their various versions, or whatever they want to call it, their agenda at the moment, or Klaus Schwab. We're light years ahead of them of what we can do for the environment, and you still get to be free. That's even better. And I would not force anybody to. It's got to be so beautiful and wonderful that you'd want nothing else. That is where we're going. Just wait till you see it and see these drawings. I'll do that in the video really soon, maybe next day or two. But really soon, I'll put out another video on that because these drawings are awesome. And I'll do this. I'm going to build this. I'm going to build more than one of them if I can. So I'll be doing updates on that too. So there's a lot of channels that come on here, and all they do is talk. They get behind a screen and this is going on, that's going on. You need to do this, you need to do that. Buy beans, buy this, beep, 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 beep. Okay, well, that's all part of the picture. That's all important information, and that's good. And those people deserve being watched because they're trying to wake people up. That's all good stuff. I take it to another level, though. I've actually chaired 2 power grid defense conferences. I have brought some of the deans of the power grid defense community on this channel, unlike many others. We get more views, by the way. I brought Dr. Peter Vincent Pry. I have brought you 2 times. I've brought you Ambassador Hank Cooper, who's done more than anybody to get the grid hardened. He's got the Carolinas on the right track now. Nobody else has come close to that. Oh yeah, by the way, he was the Pentagon head. He was the head of the Strategic Defense Initiative Organization, SDO, also known as Star Wars. See that poster right there, that counter? That's from when I worked on the Star Wars program. That's a 1988 calendar. Back in the day when I was doing that kind of stuff. Yes. And I worked underneath him. But he is way up over me in those days. But you know, I've had so many other channels on here with so much bigger money. I know somebody at the Pentagon. Yeah, well, I'll bring you a top Pentagon official right here on Green Greg's. And what I get, 1,000 views. It's all pathetic. For the one guy that tells you how to harden a power grid. Some guy sitting on his porch gets 40,000 views. Well, I think we need to get a hard power grid. Okay, well, I'm glad he did it, and he deserves every view he gets. I don't begrudge anybody from getting views, but you know, promote my channel, guys. Send my videos out. We need more views on this stuff when I do these things. And I brought you many times. I brought you Command Sergeant Major Mike Mabee, and he runs a civil defense community. He's very active in promoting and defending our power grid. Yeah, well, I can't find this book. It's down in here somewhere. I've got his book. I've got the book from Dr. Peter Vincent Pry, and I brought you a General Ken Krosniak. General Ken Krosniak. I get brain rot sometimes. So I'll bring you generals. I'll bring you ambassadors. I brought you Dr. Peter Vincent Pry. I brought you Command Sergeant Major Mike Mabee. I can bring a few other people on here too, talking about power grid defense. I'm active, involved in the power grid defense community. I'm on 2 power grid defense committees, including Dr. Peter Vincent Pry's Committee of National Security and Homeland Defense for EMP, electromagnetic pulse. And I have also, you know, guys, I'm out here showing you how to garden. Go back and look at my older videos. You'll see stuff about gardening, how to do microgreens, how to raise worms, how-to stuff. I'll be bringing you more of that, including this building I'm going to build. I'll bring you information about bugging out. But also, you know, I'm doing this. I am showing you and involved in this organization to get our freedom secured. I am involved in, you know, we're developing a tribe network. We do have survival tribes now in, of course, Arizona, Arkansas, Alabama, and even Maine. And I think we got somebody in Kentucky. So Kentucky is, you know, still a little bit, the individual there may leave. That's the problem. And come back and come to another area. But Kentucky's in play. There's some other places that are out there that we just got to get all the contacts synced up and make all this stuff go full time. But, you know, we're out here trying to do things, trying to make a difference more than just talking. So that's why if you can support my channel, anything you can do to support my channel will greatly help. Spread my videos, share my videos, talk to your friends about them. YouTube, really to be successful on YouTube, you should only cover one little narrow niche. Like I should only do gardening, or maybe only aquaponics, or only microgreens, or only prepping, or only current events, or only, yeah, I'm covering too broad a spectrum because they don't know where to send my videos. So it makes it hard for this channel to prosper that. And again, the algorithm has no rhythms. Love me so much. Because they love how I bring you and tell you things that, you know, isn't the things you normally hear in other circles at the higher level, if you know what I mean. But hey, they allow me to still be on this platform. And it does give me outreach to you people, so that, you know, we're just trying to make a positive world. In the end, that's really the goal, is to make this world more positive. But we've got a lot to go through to get there, don't we? We got a lot to go through. So, but hey, as I always tell my followers, remember, light dispels dark and love dispels hate. So go out and be the love light to the world, and hopefully we can make it a better place. That's a preferable alternative than some of the others, which, you know, who knows. But listen, guys, we're doing what we can, because I still have hope. I don't give up hope, and never, ever panic, no matter what. Even if you see a fist plunging in your face, don't panic. Think. Divert. You know what to do. Come on, guys. Don't panic. You lose your head when you panic. You lose your head, then you lose your head. Don't panic. Never panic. Yeah, I've heard channels. There's channels out here to tell you, don't panic now. I'll tell you when to panic. Green Greg says, never panic. Keep your head. That's how you stay ahead. And keep your head. All right, enough said. I've been on these horses enough. We're live with the Freedom Restoration Foundation. You can still find us on Facebook so far, till they decide to kick us off. And you can find us on MeWe. All the links below. Anyway, with all that said, I'm going to say support my channel. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to bang the update notification bell and click all. And share my videos. And do go to Tree Leaf Market. Also go to prepwithgreg.com. Great prepping supplies. And thank you for watching.